is this show still on the air? Can someone please give me one reason that ABC continues to pollute FCC airwaves every morning with this toxic garbage? How do these yentas still have a job? And unfortunately, I'm even talking about my personal favorite yenta, Asuncion. Because the mouth farts that she released yesterday morning on The View, Sunny Hostin's mouth farts were so toxic, it melted the wrinkles off the face of Big Red Joy Behar. There's no longer a need for Botox. Just have Sunny Hostin open her mouth and release that toxic gas, and the wrinkles just melt away. Do you guys remember the pretty girl in high school who was always nominated for homecoming queen or prom queen? Maybe she was the captain of the cheerleading squad if the position wasn't given to a dude who was pretending to be a cheerleader. All the boys liked her. She was the prettiest girl in school. Of course, most of the boys were afraid to ask her out because they were intimidated by her. They would rather stay at home on a Friday night and spank the wanker than take the risk of being rejected. But there were some courageous dudes in school that were willing to ask her out. However, she could never keep a steady boyfriend. She would go out on a date, maybe 2 dates with the same dude. After that, they never wanted to see her again. Well, Casey, that's because she refused to put out. Maybe. Or maybe it's because once they got to know her, they realized that she possessed the unique ability to talk herself into being the ugly duckling. I think every high school has one. The girl that is stunning. She is gorgeous, but she's got the personality of a future yenta. If you looked at pictures of Sunny Hostin, if you looked at pictures of Alyssa the Farrah Griffin, vast majority of men would agree that they are beautiful women. Well, what about Whoopi Goldberg? Yeah, she is one beautiful whoopee cushion, and she does a great job serenading her dates playing passionate love songs with her boodle flute. Physically, Sunny Hostin is a beautiful woman. Problem is, she has an uncontrollable, toxic yapper. Every time Sunny Hostin opens her mouth, another mosquito loses its life. There's no need for pest control. There's no need for the bug man at the residence of Asuncion. Just fill her with gas and have Sunny Hostin belch, and every fly in the house just drops dead. Yesterday morning, the ladies were talking about one of their favorite topics. I believe they call them hot topics. Rest of us call them hot farts. The yentas were talking about mythical racism. They were once again insinuating that police across America are racially profiling black men. Each lady was responsible for creating a believable story. And Sunny Hostin fabricated a story that was so unbelievable, the wicked Weave Joy Reid refused to believe it. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. So I'm going to get to the sponsor for today's video, my good friends at Sugar Mountain Trading. One of my channel members reached out to me a few weeks ago and thanked me for linking him up with Sugar Mountain Trading. He woke up one Friday morning with back pain, had to drive several hours to a friend's wedding. He applied some CBD lotion from Sugar Mountain Trading. 10-15 minutes later, back pain gone. My wife also deals with nagging back pain from time to time. Tried over-the-counter stuff, the chiropractor, but none of that ever seemed to work. Within 5-10 minutes of me applying CBD oil from Sugar Mountain Trading, my wife's pain is gone. I'm telling you, it's damn near magical. She keeps a bottle in her purse at all times. Recently, I gave some of the CBD lotion to my dad. He has been installing or repairing sprinkler systems for my entire life, so he's got pain in his knees. He hates taking pills, so I gave him some of the CBD lotion from Sugar Mountain. His knees are now pain-free, even at 74 years old. All CBD products offered at Sugar Mountain Trading, 100% natural, 100% free of THC. So click the link in the description below. Use my promo code BTL20, BTL20. Save 20% off your first purchase with Sugar Mountain Trading. Correct me if I'm wrong here. The business of mythical racism is bankrupt, right? Several years ago, the business of mythical racism was booming here in America. It landed the Wicked Weave Joy Reid a time slot in prime time at MSNBC. The originator of the term huge embarrassing failure, Bomani Jones. Thanks to the business of fake racism, Bo Jones was given multiple opportunities in mainstream sports media, even though he's been a failure his entire life. Jamel Hill, Tiffany Cross, Don Lemon, cackling Cam Harris, the press secretary for our former fearless leader, Johnny B. Biden. What was her name? Karen John Paul? For a short period, all of these people benefited from the business of mythical racism, or as they preferred to call it, diversity. Ironically enough, they're all now unemployed, which is why I'm struggling to understand why in the year of our Lord 2025, the ladies on The View are attempting to revive the bankrupt business of mythical racism. Yesterday morning, the Yentas were talking about the police. More than likely, they probably started off talking about the heroes in ICE going down Canal Street in New York City and arresting a shitload of criminals, or as the mainstream media is calling them, victims. Eventually, Sunny Hostin was given the talking pillow, and she shared a personal story of how fake racism has impacted her. It was a heartwarming moment. The eyes of lonely women were watering from the pungent smell of the boodle breeze, as Sunny Hostin shared a terrifying fairy tale of what it's like to be a rich minority mother in America. Watch for yourself.
As a mother of black children, I know that black boys are not given the presumption of innocence and the presumption of youth. For me, what was interesting was I have had to be in the position where I have gone to my local police department because I know my son is going to be training for the Junior Olympics, running around the neighborhood in an all-white neighborhood. And I have brought him to the police and said, he belongs to me. This is my son. Do not harass him. Do not stop him. So
my son is brown. Please don't harass him, Officer Gomez. Oh, he belongs to me. Oh. Am I supposed to believe this? Am I supposed to believe this actually happened? I think this story is 100% false, fabricated. But let's just pretend for a second that Sunny Hostin is achieving the impossible and she's telling the truth. If Sunny Hostin is so afraid of the police, then why is she voluntarily walking into a police station? Last I checked, police station full of cops. So why is Sun choosing to put herself in a terrifying situation where she is surrounded by people with guns who are trained to protect her? I noticed that Sunny Hostin said that she lives in an all-white neighborhood, which is weird because as much as she supposedly fights for minorities, as much as she defends them against what she calls racist cops, I figured Sunny Hostin would want to live in a neighborhood with minimal police presence. So, why in the hell is she living in an all-white neighborhood with a massive police presence? Strange. Believe it or not, there is not a doubt in my mind that there are situations where the police are racially profiling. However, it's not racism. It's called police work. Since Sunny Hostin was giving you a fabricated example, Uncle KC will give you a couple of real life examples. Both of these stories are true. When I was younger, me and my friends, we would make frequent trips down to the hood. We had black friends that lived down there, but mostly we were down there buying and doing things that wouldn't necessarily be considered legal. Over the years, we were pulled over leaving the neighborhood multiple times. Why? Because we were young, suburban white kids in a black neighborhood that was known for drug activity. The cops assumed that we were only there for one reason. They were racially profiling white kids who were in the wrong neighborhood. Several years ago, my friend Chi was doing some work inside my house. Now, Chi cuts my yard, does all my landscaping. To be honest with you, he does a lot for me. We have been friends for over 10 years. One day, a few years ago, I gave him the keys to my house so he could drop off some drywall. I wasn't home, so I gave him the keys to get inside. Now, at the time, my neighbors weren't familiar with him yet. They didn't know him. I live in an all-white neighborhood. 98% of the suburb that I live in is white. My neighbor across the street, he sees Chi-Chi walking in and out of my side door of the house. My neighbor walks into his front yard with his gun as he's calling the police. Chi notices what's going on and he gets the hell out of there. He doesn't make it to the stop sign at the end of my street, which is only about 100 feet from my house. He doesn't make it to the stop sign before the cops are pulling him over. We have a police station in the neighborhood. Cop pulls Chi-Chi over, asking him what the hell he's doing inside my house. He tells the cop that we're friends, he's just dropping off some drywall, shows the cop the key to my house, which I had given to him. Cop believes his story, lets him go. Is that racial profiling? Yeah. But you know what else it is? Police work. This isn't hard to figure out, but the yentas on The View and the rest of the mainstream media, they want you to believe it's racism. You know, The View has been very good to me over the years. The ladies have given me an endless supply of content, and I appreciate it, but this show should be canceled. And I'm not saying that because I want the ladies to be silenced. The reason The View should be canceled is because ABC considers The View to be part of their news division. This is what ABC calls news. 5 women who do nothing but spread lies and propaganda. 5 women who lack talent outside of their ability to produce natural gas. ABC should do America a favor and get The View off my TV. Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys tomorrow.